And then I'm turning 30 this year.
And you're turning 30.
I'm tired of being in my 20s, to be totally honest with you. Like,
I'm telling you, from my experience, it's only gotten better every single decade.
We have to play tennis and get drinks.
Yes, for sure.
But speaking of playing tennis and getting drinks, we are here to do our French Open episode. Welcome back, Michael.
Thank you. So good to see you.
It's been a minute. So good to see you too. I love that our consistency is inconsistency.
Yeah.
So you'll never know when you get your next episode, but we're here and we're still queer and we're doing another episode.
So always be on standby. We're keeping them on their toes. I mean,
exactly. Come on. I feel like it's important to not promise consistency other than it being inconsistency. So for all you know, we're going to do 7 episodes in a row every week. And then we'll see you in 2024 when Coco Gauff wins all 4 majors.
Oh my God. I have to get a shout out to my aunt and her friends from work.
Okay.
They've been watching our little clips.
Name them. Please name them.
Thing. I don't know her coworkers' names, but my aunt Ink, she's in Milwaukee.
We love
watching this.
All the family in Milwaukee and around the country and the world. We are so excited to still be doing this, and we have a great episode lined up. It's our French Open episode. Cue theme. Oh, the second slam of the year. It is probably the hardest slam to win. Would you agree that the French Open's the hardest one to win?
I think so too, because it's slow moving, the points are longer, so people really, really get that fatigue.
Totally. And I know that you are a former gay Olympian at the Gay Games in Paris, so you played on red clay. Do you agree, as someone who's also played on red clay, but not in the Gay Olympics like you, I was injured, do you agree that the ball also gets heavy?
It does, because every ball is heavier. I think the points are longer, so every time doing another stroke, every shot is heavier.
Totally. My experience, I trained at the Villas Tennis Academy for a week in Osaka. So humble brag, but I was there for 1 week right after Paris, but we won't go. I watched the French Open and that's it. That's all I did in Paris. I went to then train at Villas and I played on the red clay. And let me tell you something, that ball gets heavy as especially with my kind of game, which is like a Halep, I build a long rally. I'm not a Serena or a Sabalenka. I feel like you are very good about pulling the trigger pretty soon when it comes to you see your opening and you'll go for it. I feel like I have too many slices and spins for my own good sometimes, and it's I'm just playing a point to play a point.
Well, you can stay in that rally. That's why,
then you can. Yes, my nickname is the Pooper Scooper, since I can get to every ball, slide to it, do what I need to do.
I want to say this. I want to show everybody this. This is what I got from Lars.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Whoever got you such a beautiful rose gold set?
We're going to be using that to make our first drinks today.
I'm so excited. So what we're going to be making in honor of the French Open is a French 75.
Oh, I've never heard of this. I'm excited.
Awesome. So you're going to need gin. Do you have gin?
I do. I have a little bit of gin.
Love it.
Sapphire.
I got Hendrix because
it's a nice one.
When we did the Tracy Oss gin episode with our good friend Natalie.
Hi, Nat.
Hi, Natalie. She sent me Hendrix. So I wanted to honor that. Also, that cocktail was delicious. So
that was delicious. I made it again afterwards.
I just bought some more raspberry jalapeno jam. So if you haven't checked that episode out, just for the cocktail alone, we love Tracy Austin too, but that was dope. Then I already opened the bubbly. So
I didn't open it yet, but I'm gonna open it.
And it's champagne that you're gonna need. I made some simple syrup. And so, as you know, simple syrup is 1 part, you can also buy it, which I love.
Yes.
Simple syrup is 1 part sugar to 1 part boiling water. And then
it's really easy to make. It's definitely easy to make. Anybody at home throw together. Or you can be lazy like myself, and I have the bottle.
Right, exactly. And then I have lemon. Cool. So we're gonna, yes, perfect. I also want to give a shout out since we have an episode about Serena's clothing line, you know, as you were a mom on her Instagram, which is S by Serena. I'm wearing her newest collection.
Oh, wow.
It says, never doubt yourself, because do you know what Serena does? She never doubts herself.
She never doubts herself. But I did see her play her last 2 matches.
Okay, but you know what? There was no stakes there. And we're just, as Serena fans, we are just so thankful that she is playing.
She's playing. No, I'm excited.
I'm so excited too. And I have to give a shout out to all of the positive Serena fans on Twitter and on the other social media platforms, since there's a lot of negative Nancys out there that are being really mean to her right now. And it's like, you're not a fan if you are saying things like retire to our queen. Like, we should just be thankful that we have her and Venus while we do.
I agree. I watched Venus play her first round. I enjoyed it. I love her little sassy, her little sass to the chair umpire.
I was living for that, and she was too, based on that turnaround and that walk away. I will say the only thing about that I questioned was, like, she gendered God as a him. She said, like, I can't talk to, like, I can't talk to God. You take it up with him. What if God is a woman, to quote Ariana Grande?
I was just gonna say the same thing. What if God was a woman?
Right. Just take 2 queers to bring Ariana Grande into everything.
So what are we mixing this with? How are we mixing this?
So, okay, let's bring it together. And then after we make it, I have a couple of French Open memory questions for you. I already have my ice in here preloaded, obviously. We got to preload that. We have our measure for the French Open and for a French 75. It's a delicate drink, so I'm using a very, like, delicate glass for it. Great. That's also super frou-frou. So you're going to want to do 2 for actually the bubbly. The bubbly is 2. And so we're going to mix this time. We're not going to Rachel Ray method it. So let's go for, I think that was mostly foam. So once again, even if we said we're not going to Rachel Ray it, this is the same show you've always been watching. So what do you expect? Exactly. So
exactly.
It should be 2 champagne.
It should be what? 2 champagnes, yeah.
2 champagne, and then 1 gin. Awesome.
I know. I can't wait to go out to the bars and really drink and, get kind of sloppy.
Right. And then be able to, get back to things. So then it's 3/4 simple.
3/4 simple.
And then it's going to be 3/4 or 1/2, depending on how you like your sweetness to sour ratio.
Let me use a little bit less sweetener because I like my drink stronger.
Great. Cool. And then you're going to just throw that in there. And so then you're just going to shake it on up. Shake. Oh, I love that.
I really like the set that you got me. It has everything right there. You don't do anything else.
I mean, gotta treat my co-host good.
No, I love it. It looks beautiful too.
It's gorgeous, And I'm so happy you got your new condo. So then we're gonna pour it on out. It's a very delicate drink. So even though I had my garnish ready, I would actually recommend using a little bit of the peel as a garnish for this. I don't have a peel with me because, like, if you see it's a little chunky if I go like that. I'll still do it nonetheless, but I would recommend using the peel instead. But whatever garnish you want, just have a garnish, right?
Yes, you always got to dress your drink.
How do you say cheers in French? Is it salut?
It's just Shantae? No?
Let's just go with Shantae. I like that. Shantae. There you go.
I think that's it.
It's a sophisticated, it's a nice, this is a cocktail you could just watch the championship match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really refreshing, first of all. And then, again, gin is not my normally first choice of liquor, but with lemon or with the berries that we put in there, it makes it really, really good.
So I also love, you bring up a good point, iterate. We're all about iterating on this. I could see some like raspberries or blueberries in this as well. If you wanted to make a sweet syrup out of them, instead of using just the regular simple, you could use like 3/4 of the raspberry syrup or the blueberry syrup.
And this is actually a stronger drink than if you want to drink mimosas. Mimosa's not going to get you fucked up, but this could get you fucked up.
This is absolutely going to get you fucked up.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting fucked up, which is a great transition. Want to go down memory lane a little bit. We're going to try to include footage, but YouTube has been on my ass about footage and including it. So we're going to do our best. We might do pictures instead.
Yeah, we might have to pay them like that $5 or something.
I don't know what I need to do. Like, do I need to like send you some pics? What do you want from me, YouTube, that you'll let me share footage on the channel? One of my favorite runs ever, and we're going to go back to Serena, of course, was what's known as the Six Slam for her, because in the 2015 French Open that she won, she was like really sick with like influenza. Like she had full on flu for at least 2 of her matches. That was the year. So 2013 she won. She beat Sharapova.
Was that her documentary part also or no?
Yes, you're so right. You need and she like had her head over like her mom like made that like
I
thing.
remember that.
Yeah.
Steamer.
Really rough. She had fever and chills. She almost didn't go out for a semifinal match when she was playing Tamea Baczynski, who, for those people who aren't WTA super fans like I am, Tamea's game is frustrating. It is not a power player game. She uses like as many slices as like a Monica Niculescu or more. She hits a lot of lobs. She hits a lot, like the variety of her game for someone who is sick and just wants to get off the court as soon as possible. It would be one of the worst opponents to draw. It went 3 sets, of course, and she did take care of business in the end. And then she played one of the sweetest players on tour in the final, thankfully, which is Lucy Safarova. And that went 3 sets. Like, this wasn't one of the slams in which she just rushed it. In 2013, I think she only dropped 1 set, which was to Svetlana Kuznetsova in the quarters. In 2015, she was dropping a set left and right, but she had that never doubt yourself mentality, even though she was pretty fucked up, to be honest with you, from the illness. And she got, I think it was number 16 then. Maybe it was more than that. Maybe that was like 19. Something like that.
That was 2000. That was 2013.
It was 2015. So it was pretty late into her winning. Maybe that was like 20. I'm not sure.
No, it had to been. That had to been.
Because 22 was Wimbledon 2016, and then she won Wimbledon 2015 also. So yeah, it was 20. Because
Wimbledon, because she won 2017. She won her last one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So in my opinion, one of my favorite most recent runs was Serena's Six Slam.
Okay, very nice. I don't remember all that.
Do you have a win or a run or a match you can think of off the top of your head?
For French Open?
French Open, since this is the French Open.
I mean, I was really, when I watched Muguruza win her first, I thought that was very interesting because I felt like she was kind of like somebody that came out of kind of left field for me. She wasn't on the radar, and then all of a sudden, she comes out and then she wins that tournament. That was kind of like interesting to kind of break from the normal winners during that time.
And what I thought was really interesting, we just brought up 2015. So after Serena won 2015 French Open, she beat Muguruza at the 2015 Wimbledon. And I remember she said in her like speech, she's like, "You're going to be up here soon winning a slam or something." And then look at the next year, Muguruza hits that lob on match point. Like, what a way to win a match, like a Grand Slam, is through a lob.
I mean, any shot, right? Any lucky shot.
Totally. Like, I love that. And I'm a big fan of hers. She seems to be like someone who gets along well with everyone in the locker room, but also is like a consummate athlete in the sense that like she's not going to be buddy on the court. She's
serious. Yeah.
She's serious on the court, but no hard feelings off the court, it seems.
Yeah. She's consistent. She's having a little comeback right now, so hopefully she does well.
She did injure her knee in Charleston, I think, but her year, like up to this point, is very good, and she's my number 4 player that I have to win the. I have like a ranking system in my.
So who's your favorite to win besides Serena? Because I think Serena's definitely always a contender, no matter what game or what tournament.
Let me just specify, as someone who is diehard Rena's army, I'm not going to include Serena in the list because she's always in her own bracket of the fray, right? Outside of Serena, it would be ignorant to not include Ash Barty and Iga Swiatek as like the next 2.
Correct. I agree. I was thinking about them too.
Right.
And I like Kvitova. Hopefully she could still get her game back, because she's been playing well.
I'm a huge fan of Kvitova. I would say of the ones who end in A or whatever, like OVA, whatever. Sabalenka is putting, like, we always knew this day would come where she like figures out how to be more consistent and like bring the typhoon but make it consistent. And
she's been playing so well lately. I've been watching every match of hers.
Moly, it is like some meatloaf bat out of hell shit. Like it is really impressive.
But Coco did really well with her.
She did.
I loved it. It was so good.
And the thing that we also need to note is for players like Sabalenka, Svitolina, who have dominated the Masters and the levels below that, there is some mental block that they're still dealing with at this point when it comes to the majors.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why Sabalenka is like 3rd or 5th on my list, roughly, I would say. Muguruza is in the top 5 because her year as a whole looks so good. She has Conchita Martinez in her corner, and she's won the tournament.
And she's been there before. I feel that that's going to come into play because she's been there before.
I agree. Is there anyone else from the women's side before we jump to the men?
I still like, I've been watching Sakari play. I mean, I love her black outfit that she has on.
Yeah.
It's like a little shiny metallic look. But I mean, I think she's like an athlete, like she's built. And
she has like a gymnast body.
Yeah, gymnast body. Yeah.
Very impressive. You can tell that she, like you said, she's an athlete and she really takes the like weightlifting
serious, I feel.
I will say Sloane, I recognize she hasn't put too many matches together, but she's starting to do it more. And I'm not saying this French Open is when she's going to come back. I will say we'll talk around the US Open, and I'm excited to talk about where she's at, since I do think she is rallying.
Well, I mean, she has the game, but I feel she doesn't have like the drive or the fire in there. Like, I don't think that she has that when I watch her.
I know that that's been questioned a lot, and I'm not saying that in the past that's not been the issue, because I get it, and I agree at times it seems disinterested. I will say she suffered a lot of tragedy through the COVID pandemic that she's dealing with behind the scenes with the loss of multiple family members, and I wholeheartedly empathize with how you can't, like, there needs to be some level of security in like not being so vulnerable out there. I can imagine if I lost like 3 family members very dear to me, the last place I'd want to, like, I just don't think you know what I mean?
It's funny. It's funny. None of us said Osaka.
It's true, because Osaka is self-admittedly, she's like, I still don't know how to play. Like, she's learning how to slide right now, right?
I thought of it right now.
Any hard court tournament, put me on record, she is the number 1 pick to win it.
She is the number 1 pick to win it.
Yeah. If it is a surface that comes from the earth, meaning it is dirt or it is grass, Osaka is not in my top 3 or my top 5.
Is Andrea, is she playing the French this year? Or how do you pronounce her name?
Rescue. Yeah. She's supposed to, but she's like had COVID for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, she had to pull out the last one for COVID, but I mean, it should be 2 weeks, hopefully.
Because of it or something. I hope she's okay, because I just had this realization when I was coming back to tour that, like, of any player whose style I emulate, I play like Andreescu more than anyone, and so I've been rooting for her really hard now. I hope that she does play. I don't know how she is on clay, though. Do you?
I don't recollect her game.
Same.
But I mean, you know what? But she's a champion, so the difference is that you could adapt and figure it out.
And I would imagine that she is a good combination of drives and slices and variety, kind of like I was talking about today.
That's how you play. Yeah, that's how you play too. You'll come out with some crazy ass shots, like, how the hell?
Yeah, exactly. And like, if you look at someone like Tamea Baczynski, who has a similar game to her, I would say that Tamea doesn't have the drives as much that Andreescu does. Her best surface is clay by far. So I would assume that Andreescu's game would translate. Let's just hope she's healthy. Okay, let's transition to the men's tour, because we're 2 queens talking.
Oh, the man, the hot man.
Right.
You know what? My dark horse is, what's his name? No.
Karatsev.
Yeah, I watch him play. He's insane.
Have you seen his calves are like the size of
my
head?
Yeah. And he has the power shots that I feel like nobody else can hit. Like, he's hitting people like off the court. Very strong contender for me.
He's a strong contender for sure. He's known as like Russia's secret weapon. right? Since he just appeared out of nowhere this year.
Yeah, did the government fund him?
Who knows where he came from? He got like walk out of a lab. Also, his like throwback photos to when he was on the ITF tour is very cute. He's like kind of like longer hair and like he's like doing his thing. I don't know. I love the story of it. I also
Me too.
The thing that I respect the most that as a rec player, I don't think I do is he is so good that if he gets like a smidgen of a chance to be aggressive without thinking about it,
yeah,
he's able to execute that perfectly. It's not like
he smacks it. It's crazy.
Right. It's not reckless though either, even though he smacks it. Like he recognizes that it is a high percentage smack. It's like that very unique thing that only a pro would know. He has the experience of slaving away on the ITF tour.
He'll do the grind. Yeah, he'll do the grind and boom, 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 like nonstop. Oh, my boy! Did you see my boy Borna?
We got surgery at the same hospital.
Are you kidding me?
That's where he went to where I went. We used different doctors because he got a shoulder and I got
a shoulder, right? Oh my God.
I'm so happy he went to HSS though, because that's the best place for surgery.
Yeah, I really want him to do well. He looks good in his new gin ad. He's drinking gin. We should have bought that one actually. I forgot. I didn't even think about it.
It's okay.
I wonder. But hopefully he does well. But I think of course Nadal is going to be a contender.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's Nadal's to lose, arguably, since he's won 13 of them. How do you feel about Djokovic?
You know what? He's going to be there, but I don't know if I don't think he's going to win this one for sure. I don't think it's in his cards. Yeah. Is that how you would say it in the astrology world?
Cards in the astrological community, but we'll see. I don't know if his transit report would say he's going to win the French Open. I will say that Wimbledon, he is the number one contender for Wimbledon for sure. Yeah, I think no question. But I see him losing in the quarters.
Yeah, I see him lose. I see him winning a few matches, but then losing. I'm hoping now that Team's back, I'm hoping he feels better, and I hope that he could pull something really good out. Because I've been watching him play, but
Team. So like someone like Team, but someone that I think we probably like even more, or at least I like even more. That's a total wild card. I wouldn't even argue he's a dark horse. He is a unicorn that's running way in the background. Would be Dimitrov. I'm saying.
I like him.
Fingers crossed that he can get like 3 matches under his belt or something.
Yeah. What if Medvedev wins after he had the temper tantrum on clay?
Change everything kind of every day, trying to find solutions, trying to find anything that's going to help me. It didn't work at all, so I was going crazy sometimes with myself.
He has been
what if he wins?
So ridiculous about how he wants to get off this surface as soon as possible and get me back on a hard court.
Or something about if I was a dog and playing on dirt, I don't understand
he look like a dog or a pig or something like that. What is going on?
I think that's funny though, because he's probably that's his real thoughts. He said it.
It's true. I appreciate the honesty there. I will say other people to bring up would be Rublev. You have Yannick Sinner. Yeah. Tsitsipas is always going to be a threat.
It would be good to see a Korda or Isner get far.
So I totally get that from an American.
I like Korda. I like his play. I like his play.
So with Tiafoe out, Korda, in my opinion, is the only American hope to go super far. I don't think that Isner has ever really meshed with the French, but Opelka, who's a similar player, is doing.
Oh yeah, I saw his match the other day.
So I could see Opelka or Korda winning a couple of matches. I'm still waiting for that American man to really dominate in a way that Roddick did. You know what I mean?
Roddick or Agassi. Wait, who won the last French in the U.S.? Was that Agassi or Sampras? Probably Agassi.
Yeah, Sampras actually never won the French Open.
Oh, he never won it.
Yeah, so it was it would have to be Agassi then. Mm-hmm. Isn't that sad? It's the 90s, right?
Yeah, it's a long time. It's probably
it's been a long
20 years. 20 years.
I mean, but then on the women's side, we've had American champions or finalists as early as Kenin last year.
No, Kenin.
Yeah,
Kenin did
last year, and then Sloane was.
Serena
won it before that. The ladies are representing for the U.S.
Yeah, but yeah, the men, they need to come up. The U.S. men, you hear us? You better come up.
I like really want to see Francis like get healthy again. And I mean, he had that quarterfinal run in Australia. He can put it together. I'm a big believer in Francis.
But McDonald, I like him. He's really cute.
It's adorable.
I think I wish he was doing a little better, but
he's coming back from injury too. I mean, I think that's the other thing that people forget about tennis, especially being on tour. They play like 42 weeks out of the year, and they are grinding. So the toll, I ruptured my elbow playing rec tennis. I can't imagine the pressure that they're under.
I know. I played a couple matches last week for a remote tennis tournament here that we have, and I already okay, I need to rest my elbow for 2 weeks.
Like, isn't that crazy that like rec tennis does that to us? And these are we're like playing at the highest. Opelka hit a 140 like 3-mile-an-hour serve, and I felt bad for him and not the other person. Like, how does your body deal like the repercussions of hitting that over and over again?
How tall is he? Is he taller than Isner? He's tall, guys.
He's 1 inch taller than Isner.
He's huge.
Nuts.
He looks like he could almost look like what's it called? Like a Bigfoot with his long hair and just like.
Yeah, he's like an adorable Bigfoot though. Also, go to his Instagram because he and Venus are friends now, and they went sightseeing in Rome together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So I'm a big fan of Opelka if Venus approves, and it seems like Venus approves.
Yeah, well, that's good. I like his play. I think he's he's actually one of the top U.S. players right now.
Yeah, I think he's actually the highest ranked U.S. player right now. So he is like he would be the person based on rankings.
Yeah, that's crazy. It hasn't been since like Roddick then.
Major? Yeah.
Yeah, I like listening to Roddick on Tennis Channel lately.
I'm such a big fan of Roddick.
Yeah, he does good commentating, and that's like recent, right? He's been a U.S. Tennis Channel just recently.
Yes, he started recently. He phones in from, I think he's in like Tennessee or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, or maybe Texas.
Texas, somewhere. He's a good old country boy. Sure. But I'm a big fan of him on Twitter as well. He's like one of the only American men who calls out like the Trump bullshit and stuff, and like he's like pretty progressive also with his foundation and stuff. So he just seems like he's a mensch, to use some Yiddish. Like, you know, he's got a good heart.
You must wonder what you have to do against this guy.
Yeah, I'm more in the mood for a beer right now.
Yeah, definitely is.
He's also like very funny with Serena. They've known each other since childhood, and Serena beat him when they were 10 years old.
I didn't know that.
I don't think it's necessary to have a rematch. You know, I won, and I was clearly the better player.
Yeah, and he had a roast recently to raise money for charity. Like, people were roasting him.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, Serena called in and like told the whole story about like how she beat him, and then she's also like, and that's why you weren't invited to my wedding. Something like that. Yeah, it was very funny.
Oh wow, that's hilarious.
We love it. This is a solid cocktail. I'm very proud of us for this.
I know, I finished it. Like, I'm gonna probably make another one.
Look at you. Yes, you definitely should. So we put out our list of who we want to watch. Let's quickly preview. The next episode we're going to do is grass court season, right?
Ooh, that's going to be good.
Awesome.
Roger's back for grass court.
Roger is back for grass court. How are you thinking his grass court season's going to go?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's going to go well. I know he lost, he lost first round here in Rome, but that was kind of expected, or at least I wasn't expecting him to go far. But I think, he's a natural on it, so that's his surface.
Yes, definitely. It's like him and Djokovic. I think that we're going to see some big three action. I think given how the UK is involved with grass court season, we're going to see Andy Murray again.
I hope so. That'd be kind of good.
So I'm excited just to like see the big four active again, and then hopefully we can get Del Potro into the mix, and it can be like, early 2010s all over again.
Because what the crazy thing is, they're still dominating. It's just not even like oh yeah, you talk about the other players, but like they're still such a force right now. The four.
It's true. I will say that for the first time, we're seeing the youngins put it together, and like not only not like chip at their heels, but like win Monte Carlo and like win Madrid, essentially.
Madrid.
Which is what's happening. But they're not winning the majors. So
it's the mental. Well, also it's 5 setters. It's a whole bunch of stamina.
Do you agree with 5 sets, or do you like 3 sets for the majors?
No, it should be 5 sets. I mean, that really, especially for a Grand Slam, it has to differentiate itself from like your regular tournament.
Yeah.
And that's what the 5-setter does. You know?
I get that. I think like the coin they make for winning a Grand Slam is like $3 million minimum. So
So
I like the excitement of that. I think from a scheduling standpoint, if the first 3 rounds were 2 out of 3, I wouldn't mind that to make
sure. It gotta be consistent. It gotta be consistent.
Okay. See, I break it up because the first 3 rounds are the first week, and then the next rounds are the second week. So that's sort of in my mind that the first week would be 2 out of 3, and then the second week would be 3 out of 5.
Then what would you do with all the pre-qualifying and then the qualifiers? Like they're going to be
2 out of 3 up until the second week, and then
up until the second
3 out
week.
of 5, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But what you could do based on that argument, like my thing is it's about scheduling, and when pre-qualifying and qualifying is going on, there are more than enough courts to go around that you could hypothetically have them play 3 out of 5. I don't know. I've just seen them run into trouble with like rain delay after rain delay and stuff, and they have so many people to put on court.
Well, they have new courts now. They have the roof on like I think 3 of them.
They have a lot of roof, so I think we don't need that. And I agree, there is some magic to like a 5-hour.
Yes, I mean, I always love to see any match. I don't care who wins or loses. Any match that goes 5 sets, I mean, that's golden.
Yes,
you know, for a tennis player and a tennis
3 out of 5. When we're back, let's see how it goes. Ourselves.
Well, I think it would be good because we actually like to play tennis, so like it wouldn't even matter, right?
Yes, definitely. We will arrange that for not our first match when I'm back, but like we'll figure out the right time to try that.
Yeah, we have our double friends that want to play with you. So I'm so excited when you get back.
I'm so excited as well. This was such a great episode. Please like, comment, subscribe. What players you'd like Michael and I to make a cocktail for? Please DM me hate mail if you have it. Just kidding. Please don't.
Or give us your suggestions of who you think is gonna win.
Yes, yeah. Comment below who's gonna win, who's not gonna win, who you hope wins, etc.
Who's gonna have the best outfit?
Yes, absolutely. And we probably will do a fashion review after the fact. I like that.
All right.
Have a good life.